Okay, hello guys. Welcome back to Shay's Hobby Dog Bay again. This is another picture stories video that I'm going to do for y'all. We was doing the picture album of all the kids I babysat. This was the last page I done of Eddie. Showed y'all of Eddie, and then that was Jerome. That's a different boy. This was when I was back at home with Mom and Dad before I got married. I only showed y'all one picture of him sitting there in the next chair looking at books. Okay, so we're going to continue here. So this is Jerome. I also had back then when I was a teenager, had this thing. I had the little picture stickers of speech bubbles that I would put on my pictures and we would write. That's not my handwriting because that's just too neat. But I had other people to write. And sometimes I didn't know. Some of these might be already sayings that it had on here. You know, some of them was like that. So it's like the person in the picture is saying what's on here. So this is Jerome sitting leaning against my dad's chair. He's holding his toy truck, and you can see the corner of my mom's desk. And then the little bubble says, "Do I have a choice?" So there's Jerome, and he's holding his toy, and see the bubble, it says, "Do I have a choice?" But look at his face. So it does kind of look like that's what he's saying. Do I have a choice to take this picture or not? And then I loved, see, I told y'all I was sentimental. I loved that desk. I wonder where it's at, and I would love to have that desk now. That was my mom's. It was a metal desk or aluminum, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, there's Jerome again, sitting in a chair. That's a chair. You know what? I got it wrong. I just realized that. That chair matches that couch. That was the wrong couch. Mama had that couch with the scene that had the chair with it. I'm sorry, Mama. In that last video of this I done, that is not the couch that came from Aunt Jackie. That's a different couch. I will have another video of it, though, that y'all should be able to see at some point, hopefully. So anyway, Jerome's in that chair looking at books. And then down here, he's in the rocking chair. I'm trying to see where, yeah, that's looking, it's dark. But this one's looking into the kitchen. That's the microwave stand with the stand right there by the pantry. Okay, this bubble says, "I missed my nap." So there he is sitting in the rocking chair that I liked, one of them. And it says, "I missed my nap." And this over here is looking into the kitchen. That's the stand with the microwave on it. This is the pantry. And the front door is right here behind Jerome. Okay. So then we turn the page. And so we have Jerome playing with his truck. Okay. So this one is my mom's lazy boy chair, and that was my dad's right there. Okay. So then we have Jerome back in Dad's chair again, looking at books. And then we have, now this is in my bedroom. One of my bedrooms. That was a 3-bedroom trailer, and at this point in my life I had the two extra bedrooms. We didn't have like a guest room. Of course, one of my rooms always, if we had guests, that's where they ended up sleeping. But Mom and them had one, and then I had 2. And this was the smallest one. It didn't have the carpet on the floor. And so this is my bedroom. I loved this bedspread. It was a canopy bed, and it had the canopy top on it. And I even was able to get that, and after I got married, when Elizabeth was born and the little girl, she had that bed and that canopy at first for a little while. Now, I don't know where it's at, but I love that bedspread. But my beanbag's here, and Jerome is laying back on the beanbag in my bedroom, and I took a picture of him. Y'all, I was not a professional picture taker. I just love to take pictures of things and get them developed and have them. So that's all this is a teenager with a little camera that just snapped pictures and didn't, you know, do the pictures good or right or even and straight and in the middle and blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So okay, now on this day, this is Jerome again. I had a friend that had come over to visit me for a little while, and she was playing with Jerome. And she had him in her arms, and she was like tickling on him and everything, and he was giggling. And so this is an up-close picture of his face when she was doing that. He had closed his eyes. Okay, now this is her. And see what I'm talking about? I cut her off. I was trying to get the picture of them fully. And you see how I cut her off? But I kept it, because it's just that one side. But anyway, that's my friend Sarah. We've been friends ever since we were both little girls. And and then that's Jerome. She had him in her lap and was playing with him and tickling on him and stuff like that. Okay, we're friends. What I mean is me and Sarah are still friends today. We haven't seen each other in a long time, but we can text each other and call each other every once in a while. Okay, so this is her, and this is Jerome. He's just went over playing with toys on the floor or something, and she was just sitting there and looked at the camera, and I snapped her picture. Okay, so that's that one. Alright, where are we at here? 6 minutes in. Now this is another friend, and her name is Becky, and she came over, and she was also visiting and playing with Jerome. And there's a bubble in this one, and it's called My Little Cupcake. So, and she's cut off. You can barely see her, but you see her face, Becky. And then she's holding Jerome, and he's acting shy. And there's the bubble. Okay, then we have Sarah. I think, actually, to be honest with you, on this day, I think Sarah and Becky had come together and visited on the same day. So I was just taking pictures of them with Jerome. I was babysitting him. So there's Sarah again with Jerome. And then we have Becky again. Now, she was shy, and she covered her face. And I put a bubble by her and says, better check my... Being silly, you know. Okay, so here is Becky. And she covered her face and read the bubble. Better check my diaper. Yeah. So that's that one. Okay, we're 7 minutes in. Let's see. Okay, now this is Becky over here without her face covered. Okay, and then now this is another little boy. This is actually one of my friends. She got married kind of early before I did, and ended up having a baby. And it was a little boy, and she named it Chris. And she asked me, because at this point in time we wasn't seeing each other very much anymore. Not that we wasn't friends, you know, you just go your own separate ways. She was married, I was still a teenager at home with mom and dad babysitting. And she went her way, and she was married, and she had a baby, and worked and all this kind of stuff. But she wanted me to babysit him one weekend for her and her husband to go out on a date. And so I did. And I took a picture of him, and he was an ittle bitty baby. That's him laying there on the floor on a blanket with his bottle propped up. I took a picture of him. That's him right there. That was Dora's for my family that's wondering what friend I'm talking about. Dora that married Paul. Okay, so that's that. And we're going to turn the page. Oh, here he is here in his car seat. This shows the time and the age, y'all. Look at that car seat. Look at that car seat. You do not see car seats like that anymore these days, now do you? But that's him laying there asleep in his car seat. Ain't that just, I don't know, what's the word, amazing or what about that car seat? Okay, so now here we have come to a different set of sibling children I babysatted. I went to their house in town. They lived in a trailer in town. And we lived on the highway, so we wasn't right in town, but this trailer was like right in town. So I would go to their trailer. It was 3 kids. 3? No, it was 2. It was 2 kids. So it was a boy and a girl. The boy was older. He went to school. His name was Brian. So I only had him when he got home from school off the bus. But he had a baby sister named Cherie, and I kept her. So he was always shy, and he would run from me and didn't want me to take his picture. So he's outside. Okay, does that one show no. It's this other one that shows it. So this is his swing set out in their yard. And he was playing, and I come out to get a picture, but you can see how he's acting like, he'd rather I not take his picture or whatever. So here he is on his bike, and this is where you can see his trailer. But he'd hold his head down, He didn't want me to take his picture. Okay, so then we have, this is Cherie. This is inside in the kitchen. She's sitting in her high chair. And this is another thing. You don't see high chairs like this anymore either. But, I just noticed the back of their kitchen table chair. It reminded me of the ones my mama had. Hers was orange, though. Kind of looked like that. See, I'm sentimental. I wished I could find those chairs. I want them. It reminds me of my childhood. Okay, so there is Cherie, sitting in her high chair. Her was a sweetie pie. And then this is another one of her in the high chair, too. See, that was kind of, I think, up closer, maybe, because this over here is showing more of the table and chairs. Yeah. So I got further back. And then this one is her outside. They had a trampoline, too. And I would take her outside to play and jump on the trampoline. And I took some pictures of her playing and jumping. Okay, we're 12 minutes in. I'm just keeping a notice on the time. Okay, this is one with both of them together. So Brian was pushing Cherie on the swing. She had a baby swing on their swing set, and she's in it, and his head is cut off, or he's hiding it behind that swing or something he's holding up to hide his face again. And but there's Cherie. And then this one is Cherie running and playing outside. And then this one is her again. Back, boy, I took a lot of her in her high chair, didn't I? Okay, so there's that one. Okay, now, they had a piano, and this is Cherie. She would play on the piano. And that's her sitting there playing on it. I guess it's a piano. It may be an organ. I'm not totally sure, but anyway. And then this is her on their little front porch, riding her little car that she had. So I took that picture. And again, back in the high chair. Okay, so now, alright, this is still some more of Cherie and Brian. So, Cherie again on the high chair, not high chair, trampoline, and then here is Cherie in her little hold tight, this is at Mama's house. So I must have brought them to visit. I'm trying to think, that looks like Mama's couch. That looks like her carpet. I was trying to think, did Cherie's mama have a couch like that? I don't think. I think we must have come and visit her, and there's a little red rocking chair. Whose rocking chair was that? And she's holding a baby doll. Like she's rocking the baby in the rocking chair. I almost cut her off, because it's right on the edge. But see the couch behind her? That looks like my mama's couch. Mama, did we have a red rocking chair? I didn't bring Cherie's over there, did I? I don't remember. And I'm not remembering this magazine rack either. That's why I'm wondering. But anyway, so then here's another one of Cherie sitting on the porch at her house. Her front porch. And then we turn back here. Okay, here's one. I was trying to get Brian again, and he was actually running from me. Running around the corner of the trailer to hide, so I wouldn't get his picture. Okay, now here is another one of Cherie on the trampoline. And then here is Was that at our house? I don't think so. I think this is at their house. That's not the same chair. It looks like it, but it's not the same. Like Mama's had that scene on it. I think it was a house and water and trees and stuff. This looks like it's just flowers. And the book rack over here beside it is not familiarized being one of my mama's at all. So I think that was at her house. And she's sitting there in the chair. Okay, so let's see what we have. It's more of them. Okay, Cherie playing with her toys. Cherie sitting on the porch again. Brian, he actually cooked, y'all. So he was cooking him something on the stove. His mama told me it was okay for him to do that. I basically didn't have to do much babysitting him. She told me I was mostly babysitting Cherie. Brian would just come home from school and do his thing and play. And she said he cooked and it was okay. So he was cooking him something, eggs or something. And then I had Cherie in the high chair there behind him. And I had took that picture. I wanted to get a picture of him standing there cooking. That little boy. So anyway, alright. And then this is more Cherie on the trampoline, Brian running from me because I was chasing him with the camera, and then him swinging from the top rail of his swing set. I wished it wasn't so dark. This one, because he's looking right at the camera, I think I caught him by surprise because he usually didn't want me to take a picture of him. Now y'all can see what he looks like. I think he was cooking, and I grabbed my camera and walked in there and caught him by surprise and said, Brian, and he looked up at me, and I snapped his picture. I was always trying to do that too, surprise people. Okay, so that was all of those. And then these next ones goes to some different other pictures. So what I'll do, and we're at 17 minutes here, so I'm going to stop here with this one, and we'll do another video later of some more in there, okay? I hope y'all are enjoying these pictures. I'm enjoying looking at them and showing them to y'all and telling y'all the little stories behind them. Okay, so that's all I have for you for now. So I will say I'll leave y'all alone. And I'm out of here until next time that I'm going to toodaloo.